Ready? Yep. Alright, Jubin. Focus, buddy. Focus. I know. Alright, so we got our SOHCAHTOA thing, right? SOHCAHTOA. Alright, it's just an acronym. Not an acronym, it's a mnemonic device to help you remember sine, cosine, and tangent, right? Because you got sine of the angle.
Good morning, class. Please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now for the Interact Club. The next Interact meeting is Tuesday, February 9th during ELO in room 508. Also, don't forget we will have a guest speaker after school from 3:30 to 4:15 who will speak about the history of Rio Rico. Everyone is welcome to come. Spring Sports Sign-Up. If you are planning on joining the spring sport, you must sign up with Ms. Salgado in the athletics office. This is very important. Whether you play the sport in the fall or winter, you still need to sign up so you can be on the clearance list for spring sports, or you will not be allowed to try out or practice.
You guys need to listen to the announcements, please.
To be guaranteed that your name is on the list, if you have training in your paperwork, this has to be done by Friday. Anything done on Monday cannot be guaranteed to be done in time. Do not wait. Summer Youth Institute. The Summer Youth Institute is looking for all types of participants. Please do not let your grades, activities, or any other issue keep you from playing. Pick up the application at the front office with Marcia. The deadline is March 18th by 4 p.m. Spring play auditions. Attention students. Spring play auditions are right around the corner. If you are interested in auditioning for the spring play, please sign up on the door of the drama room this week. Thank you. Seniors, your graduation day is approaching fast. We need you all to be part of the preparation. Please sign up in group 306. We will be meeting every Monday morning, January 11th at 8 a.m. in the morning in room 306. Hope to see you all. Thank you for
Alex, stop. For blood. Where's the blood?
All right. So, back on track. I'm sorry about that. So, SOHCAHTOA. Sine, cosine, tangent. Now, the thing is, and I think that where people got confused and mixed up was that they forgot that sine, cosine, and tangent are for right triangles. Right? Oh, I forgot an A. There we go. Oh my gosh. That's supposed to say triangles. Sorry. Triangles, triangles. Yeah, well, anyway. Triangles. So, and then let's see here. Like, this would be the sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse, right? And so, like, if you had a right triangle, the hypotenuse is always the side that's the farthest away. It's the longest side, right? And the opposite side is the side that's farthest away from the angle you're talking about. So, if you were talking about this angle right here, let's say these are sides A, B, and C. If you're talking about this angle right here, opposite would be A, right? And so then the sine would be A over C. However, if you were talking about this angle, then the sine of that angle would be B over C. Right? Yeah. Okay. Cosine is adjacent. Adjacent means next to, right? Adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. Right? SOHCAHTOA. Just help you remember it. We good, Ruby? Yeah? Okay, Sebastian, no problem so far. So if you have a right triangle, like on the paper 4 you're working on right now, there's a problem that says how far east is B from A or something, right? C from A, yeah. So then that's going to be a right triangle because east and north are 90 degrees apart. And so you end up with a triangle like this. And if I remember right, you can draw your angle like that. I think this was an 85 kilometer distance. And is this 40? Was it 40 degrees? I don't remember. But anyway, it's asking how far east, which would be this distance right here. Right? And so would that be sine or cosine? Sine, because you need to know the opposite side, right? So you just write the sine of 40 is equal to what you don't know divided by 85. Multiply both sides by 85. Plug it in your calculator. Good to go. Good, Edgar? Yeah? You sure? All right. Hey, Sophia, you know what's funny? Jokes. They're pretty funny. Okay, where... Oh, you thought I was going to say your mom? Oh, wow. No, sorry. That would have been funnier. That would have been funnier.
I told you to go to your mom, Joe.
I know. They're hurtful, though. They're hurtful. Okay. Like your mama's so fat she creates her own gravity? Like that? That's a pretty good one right there. I mean, that's pretty good. What? Yes, that's the schedule for today. All right. The other issue I saw. So this isn't like everything about trig that you know, but it's just like the issues that I see you guys are having. The other issue I saw is about the law of sines. Right? And it also equals the sine of c over c. But you only need to use a pair. You don't need to use all three, right? So the issue I saw was, like, which way do you set it up? Like, which one of them do you use? Because they both work. And sometimes you see this is the capital letter and this is the lowercase letter. It doesn't matter. These are the sides and those are the angles, right? So you use this one when you need to know the angle. When it's the angle you don't know. And you use this one when it's the side you don't know. So you put the unknown in the numerator because it's just easier to solve. There's fewer steps. You don't have to do a reciprocal of anything. Right, Sebastian? Right? Did you do that? Did you like do it right on your paper 4? So like, I don't know, let's see if we can come up with an example. All right. You guys help me figure out how to set this up. What do you want to do? You want to find an angle or you want to find a side? An angle. That's harder, right? So let's say we wanted to find this angle. Okay, we're doing dangerous territory here because we're going to make up one of these problems, Juven, and hopefully we don't make up an impossible triangle. All right. So to find this angle, and you're going to use law of sines, what would you have to know? The opposite side. So what do you want that to be? 32. Fantastic. Why 32? Just came to your head. Okay. And then what else do we need to know?
And one of the angles. We need two sides.
A pair of opposite side and angle, right? Like this one. What do you want to be?
28.
What?
28.
Okay. 28 degrees. All right. And then how about this side right here?
25.
21. Beautiful. Okay. 21. You're right, Juven. You're right. But the thing I didn't want to do with the 2.5 is it would be really easy to get a triangle that doesn't work. Because for a triangle to work, the two of the sides have to add up to be greater than the third side. If we have 2.5, then it's not going to work. This still might not work. We'll see. So if we're going to set this up, it would be the sine. We'd use this way because we need the angle, right? So we use this one. So the sine of what we don't know divided by 32 equals the sine of 28 divided by 21, right? And then you solve for this, so you get the sine of what you don't know equals the sine of 28 divided by 21 times 32. Good? Okay. Then you have to do the inverse function. Remember yesterday we talked about functions, and on the calculator where it says Whoa, those people in the bathroom need to poop quieter. Anyway, where it says this right here, see that -1? That's inverse function. Because these are functions. Sine, cosine, and tangent are functions. So that's the inverse. It's the opposite. So anyway, what it is we don't know is equal to the sine, the arc sine of, right? Okay, let's see if we get, hopefully we don't get a domain error. So sine, let's see, sine of 28, got to close the parentheses, times 32 divided by 21. Huh? 45.7 degrees. Yeah? No trouble. Okay. And it's interesting, like when you guys are using law of cosines, which I think is harder, you're doing having no less trouble. Because you had to work at it harder when you were learning it. And so I think that's why you retain it more, because it was harder at the time. The law of cosines is the ugly one, like a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine of a. What's that? Oh, yeah.
Oh wait, what if like you have to use, what if it, sorry, what if you use like the laws of cosine, but like you use for the angle instead of...
Oh, I am so glad you asked that, April. So, if you wanted to find the angle, basically all you do is you solve for that, right? Now on your Cambridge paper, I don't remember what the formula sheet looks like.
It doesn't give it to you.
It doesn't give it to, it gives you like that? Okay. So then if you wanted to find the angle using the law of cosines, you just have to solve for this. So you're going to subtract both of these. So you're going to get a squared minus b squared minus c squared, right? Divided by negative 2bc, right? Do you see what I did? Like I divided by that? Yeah? You sure? Yeah, Mia? You sure? You awake, Mia? Okay, it makes one of us. So then the cosine of a would equal this, so then you would do the arc cosine, right? So a would equal arc cosine of that thing. The whole thing. The whole thing.
So the first one's to find the side and the second one's to find the angle?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Alright, now like when you see the official formula, they clean up these negative signs and stuff, but it's the same thing. And I don't want you to have to remember a ton of formulas, so if you just use this one and solve for it, you just be careful with your signs, you'll be alright. Good to go, Mario? Alright. So I also wanted to, but I don't think we're going to today. So you're not going to be able to do that problem on your quiz. Well, not if I teach you, because you don't have time. There's a problem that has sequences on it, where it gives you something like a list of numbers like, well actually it's patterns, but it's 4, 9, 18, 16, 25, like that. And you have to figure out like a rule for it. If you want, like, alright, here's what you should do. You need to do this. It's in the blue book. It's 4.8. Just look at the examples and see if you can figure it out. We'll go over it next week. But I don't want to, I mean, we only have 45 minutes and I already took 15, so I want to leave you the last half hour to work on your paperwork. Why what? Why do we skip it? Because it doesn't really fit anywhere. And so you would just have forgotten it anyway. And we're going to do it now. That was the plan all along, to do it after. Alright, yes ma'am.